What's up, dudes and dudettes? Welcome to Everybody Podcast. And this is a segment we like to call Everybody's TUF, where we take a look at the Ultimate Fighter, UFC's take on a reality TV show. We're doing a rewatch. We're doing Season 1. We're looking at Episode 11. We're at a middleweight semifinal fight. It's Diego Sanchez and
Josh Koscheck.
Josh Koscheck, yes.
Last middleweight fight before the finals.
Yep. And let me say, great back and forth between those guys.
Yeah, it was a good grappling match. I forgot how they used to not let people wrestle.
Yeah, they barely get any time on the ground before the official's like, all right.
Yeah, if they're not constantly moving and if somebody's not constantly going for a submission, then they just stand it up. And that wouldn't happen now. Now they would let it play out for pretty much the whole, they almost never stand up anymore.
Yeah.
It does happen every once in a while, but
I will say though, Josh Koscheck, whenever he gets a takedown, he doesn't know what to do once he's on top. He just kind of.
Yeah, and Diego was going for it too. He wouldn't, even though he was on the bottom for a lot of it.
He was throwing body punches
and constantly going for a submission, every kind of submission you could imagine. He was going for a Kimura at one point. So many guillotines, constantly trying to get the back any way possible. Fucking leg locks, arm bars, he was going for whatever piece of Josh Koscheck he could get his hands on. He tried to do something with it. And
it showed you, he's a good all-around fighter because before the fight, he had said that he was going to stand up and box with him. And once he got taken down, he's like, okay. He knew what to do. He knew what he wanted to do. Like you said, he's throwing all these submission attempts, still striking from the bottom, still striking.
Yeah, I think that that won him the fight was the last I would say was 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Of the entire
with the body
fight.
shots and the elbows.
And just going constantly. You could hear, I don't know who the fuck it was, but you could hear somebody in the background say, he's not protecting himself. He's not intelligently protecting himself, ref. The ref was going to fucking, Herb Dean was going to stop the fight at some point.
From body punches.
Yeah.
The only time an official stop a fight like that is if, they're literally getting beat the shit out of to where they're going to get a TKO, or a KO, I should say.
Or if the person is on top, just relentlessly beating the guy in the face.
Yeah.
Even then, sometimes the officials will let it go pretty long before they stop it.
I mean, body shots are super brutal, but I don't think an official is going to stop in case it was something like Tyron Woodley's case. But his wasn't even body shots. It was just they were.
Well, he tapped out, didn't he? Did he not tap?
I thought it was a verbal tap, right?
Might have been.
Technically,
it might have been. I was thinking that he actually physically tapped, but I don't remember. Wasn't that against Colby?
Yeah.
And it was on a takedown, wasn't it?
Yep.
He broke his rib on a takedown, maybe.
Yep. God, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But anyways, beginning episode 11, Forrest Griffin, his cut, they took the stitches out, and the doctor said it looked good. He said it looked good, but yet he still said he doesn't know if he's going to fight yet.
Yeah, they're still waiting on the commission.
Yeah, the commission.
Which I think is bullshit. I think that was just for TV, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that they didn't want, because they're going to tell us probably at the very beginning of the next episode. It's kind of like a cliffhanger thing where it's we'll save, you keep talking about it like it's not going to happen. We'll save it for the next episode. But if the stitches are out and the doctor says it's good, the commission's not going to be nope.
Yeah.
Because most of the commission, I don't think I'm sure the commission has their own doctors, but it's not like the commission is all doctors. They're just going to listen to what the fucking doctor says. If the doctor says it's okay, they're just going to be all right.
All right, sweet. You can fight.
They're fucking... I mean, I assume that the commission is just full of politicians.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's almost like a political point. They're not fucking, none of them have their fucking PhDs. I assume. I don't know. I guess I really don't know that much about the commission, but that's just what I would assume.
Yeah. And Chris Lieben was, in the beginning of the episode, Chris Lieben was showing some respect to everybody, and people kept saying that they basically thought this one fight changed him as a human or changed him as a man or something.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Lieben's fight, it was just he was doing so well. It was such a such a downer. Again, how much fucking UFC is and MMA in general has changed, because it was a fucking cut that I think a lot of doctors would let the fight keep going, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was almost like a Nate Diaz situation where we're like, oh, it's just a cut.
Yeah.
There's blood. We see this all the time.
Let it go.
But they still fucking called it, because he was wiping his eyes and shit, which is usually a bad sign. But
he was bleeding pretty good, too.
Yeah, that was a nasty cut, man. Shit looked deep.
And when at the beginning of the episode, you seen him take his glove off, and you seen the knuckle.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, dude.
I completely forgot about that.
I don't get how he even... Because he went hard, dude.
Yeah.
And missing a knuckle, just...
Missing a knuckle is a good way to put it. Because that shit is gone.
Yeah,
at least the skin of it is, anyway.
Fuck that shit.
There's no fucking skin on that one knuckle. And you see all the blood on it and shit. Like, I couldn't tell if that was blood coming from that wound or if it was blood from when he wiped his face.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so painful.
So, the fight, it did go all 3 rounds. The winner of the fight, Diego Sanchez.
By split decision.
By split decision, yes. What was the score? There was like...
2 were 29-28 for Diego, and one was 30-27 for Koscheck.
Yep, it was very close. Like I said, good back and forth. Koscheck got some takedowns, but he wasn't active enough, really.
I am surprised that a judge scored the 3rd round for Koscheck, though. I think Diego clearly took the 3rd round. First 2 rounds, I would say could have gone either way, but the 3rd round to me looked like Diego, just the way he finished it, I felt like he won the round.
Oh,
clearly.
The knees too.
Yeah.
Diego threw some nasty knees to the face, and you seen it after the fight when they showed Koscheck on camera. You could see how fucked up his forehead was from those knees. It was just pink, red, or whatever you want to call it.
Koscheck definitely wore the damage more so than Diego did.
Yeah, Diego only had like a bloody nose or something.
And Koscheck was landing punches too.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
Koscheck was throwing. He was like he looked like he was putting a lot into the punches he was throwing. But so did Diego. Like,
you could tell they were
going for the knockout. They both wanted the finish. That was what was kind of cool about it. Is that clearly they both wanted the finish. What I thought was funny was because Koscheck talked about how he wanted to stand with Diego throughout most of the episode, and then in between the 1st and 2nd round, Dana White was like, clearly he does want to stand with Diego. He wasn't kidding when he said that shit. But to me, he stood for a lot of the fucking fight, but he was the one that was going for the takedowns.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think Diego got a single takedown, did he?
No.
Maybe one. But it was just once they were on the ground, Diego went to work,
Because he knows what to do on the ground. He knows what he wants to do. So
Koscheck does too. It's a different style,
Yeah.
Koscheck wants to smother you and just fucking get on top of you and control you and hold you down. Whereas Diego
wants to try.
He's jiu-jitsu, He's gonna look for the submission, Which Koscheck later in his career got better at finding submissions.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had a successful career. He was no slouch. He's no punk.
Yeah. So now that Diego won, he gets to fight Kenny Florian.
Yeah.
And
that it just feels like a jiu-jitsu match,
Yeah.
It feels like just a good jiu-jitsu match.
I wonder if they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna try to stand with him."
The thing is, if you remember the Clay Guida Diego Sanchez fight, which obviously came after the Ultimate Fighter, but you just know that Diego's down. He won't fucking if you stand and throw with him, he will stand and throw with you.
Yeah.
He will go wherever the fucking fight takes him. He does not care.
And that's cool. That's why so many people liked him.
Yeah, I still like him. I wish that his career didn't go the way that it did with that fucking goofball, but...
He's got fucking COVID pneumonia. Diego Sanchez does.
Does he?
Yeah, dude. He posted a picture on Twitter in the hospital. Told him about the COVID pneumonia stuff.
Wasn't he supposed to fight in, bare knuckle or something like that?
Really? Yo.
Didn't he sign with somebody? He's not in UFC anymore.
Yeah. Maybe. I haven't, because I don't follow him on Twitter. It's just Twitter, you can see the people you follow. You can see their retweets and stuff like that, and their friends' shit. And I follow a bunch of fighters. I don't follow Sanchez, though.
I want to get on there and follow Josh Fabia now. I wonder what that guy's up to. So I think he was coaching Stephan Bonner too.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if he still is. I'm kind of curious how that's going.
Maybe that's why Stephan Bonner got injured all the time and decided to call it quits because he's like, I'm sick of hurting.
We might have talked about this. It's been such a long time since we've done an episode. I mean, we might have talked about this, but did we talk about the Stephan Bonner video that came out?
No.
Where he was, I think I shared it in the group. He was trying to get painkillers from a hospital, and the hospital had him arrested. And he filmed the whole thing. He filmed it on his fucking camera of him screaming at the fucking staff at the hospital and shit, and then fucking fighting the cop, not fighting fist fighting them, but they're trying to arrest him and put him in the car, and he was resisting.
Yeah.
It was really sad, honestly.
I mean, that does kind of make him seem a little crazy.
Yeah, and he was just trying because the dude's got a tore up back. He used to be an MMA fighter, and then he moved on to professional wrestling. The dude's just beat the fucking shit out of himself, and he was trying to get fucking painkillers for his back. He had a prescription, but I kind of assumed that he blew through that fucking prescription.
When you say professional wrestling, do you mean like
WWE type shit? Well, I don't know.
Really?
He wasn't in the WWE, but he did do
indie scene stuff.
Yeah, he was in some indie wrestling promotion.
Yo, that's wild.
He probably would have went right with AEW if he was still around.
Yeah, right.
While they're doing that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a great company right there.
Like JDS and fucking Andrei Arlovsky have been doing.
Yeah. So, speaking of AEW, so there's a wrestler on there. His name is MJF. And CM Punk is on AEW now.
Yeah.
And
is he allowed to go by CM Punk?
Yeah. Yep. On AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, MJF cut a promo. CM Punk and MJF were cutting promos on each other. MJF threw a fucking zinger out there and made me laugh. He said, "I will finish you faster than your UFC career." And I thought that was funny as fuck.
I think that gives him a little less than 10 minutes, right? Not even. Yeah, probably a little less than 10 minutes. I think he went a round and a half. No, wait. That one fucking fight was 15.
Mickey Gall finished him in the first.
No, it was in the second.
Was it?
Yeah, it was at the very beginning of the second.
Okay.
But fucking, I forgot Mike Jackson. That went 3 rounds.
Yeah, he toyed with him.
So he's got just under 20 minutes to fucking, just over 20 minutes to take him out then.
Unless he can take him out quicker.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, it's wrestling. You never know, right?
Yeah.
You never know. All right. So, next week, or it won't be next week. Next week will be the light heavyweight fight, right?
Yeah. I don't know who's next week. They haven't really said who was going to be next week, did they?
Well, in the at the end of the episode, when they say coming up next on The Ultimate Fighter,
yeah, they just talked about whether or not Forrest Griffin's eye was going to be okay. They didn't say because it's going to be either Stephan Bonner and Mike Swick or Forrest Griffin and Sam Hoger.
I'm pretty sure it'll be Stephan's. No, I don't
think they said who it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but it'll be a light heavyweight fight.
It should just be Couture because Lidell's guys just fought.
Yeah.
So I'd assume it'd be Stephan Bonner and Mike Swick.
Hell yeah. All right, that's been Everybody's Tough. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.